What up guys, welcome to PHENOMSOUND. In today's tutorial I want to show you not only how to synthesize a bass, but a very interesting trick on how to use it. And here's my demo that I've prepared for this tutorial. This is a FL Studio project. All of the Serum presets and samples from it are available on my Patreon page. There's a huge library of content from all of my previous tutorials that's definitely gonna help you with your music production, so make sure to check it out. Also, there is a sale on both of my preset packs available on Patreon shop. A sale will be running until the end of November, so hurry up and check all the previews below. You'll definitely gonna find your perfect presets in there. And here's the bass that we are going to be looking at today. It consists of 3 layers: the main mono bass, additional wide layer, and a sub bass, of course. Okay, let's start from scratch. Select the hyper wavetable on the first oscillator and set its octave to -2. It's kind of crispy wavetable, I really like it. Set the unison to 2 and enable the second oscillator. Select the dirty saw, set the unison to 2 as well. This one is quite harmonic. And set the level at 19%, and on the first oscillator set it at 100. Nice. Let's enable the noise oscillator. Set the pitch at around 60% and the level at 43 or 45. Now let's filter it up using the high notch 12. So this first oscillator is going to be our main layer of the bass. And this dirty saw oscillator is going to be our additional harmonic layer. So let's filter this first oscillator using the high notch 12 filter with a cutoff set at 25. And set the resonance at 25, which is going to bring up some of our sub bass over here. And set drive at 20%. And the frequency at 55. So we are creating some sort of a contrast between the sub bass and the high frequency harmonies. Creating this gap, removing this band. Now let's get to the global tab and make it mono. Enable the legato mode. Nice. Now let's get to the fixes tab and enable the hyperdimension and set a mix at 15%, size at 20, and the second mix at 10%. Enable the distortion, make sure it's the tube one, and set the drive at 75%. Nice, we have a nice harmonic smooth reese bass. Now let's enable the flanger effects and set the mix at 45%. Do the same with the phaser. And let's use a chorus. Set the depth at 2.7. And the mix at around 30%. Let's compress all this stuff up using the multi-band compressor and set the gain at around 14 decibel. Let's reduce the high frequency sharpness a bit at around 80 and bring up some mids at 115 and lows at around 130. Now let's use the EQ, select peak on both EQ bands and set the frequency of the first band at around 47. Let's use the first LFO to automate it, round it up a bit and drag it to the frequency. Enable the retriggering and triplets and set the rate to 1/4 triplet and set the automation at 30. Set the Q at 40 and the gain at 9 decibel. It starts wobbling. Now let's get to the high frequency wobbling. Move the frequency all the way up, drag the automation to it and set it to -30. Set the Q at 30 and gain at 7 decibel. Makes it much more interesting. And finally, let's use a filter. Another high notch 12 filter would work and set a cutoff at 130. Resonance at 25. Drive at 30. And the frequency at around 52. Now it's a bit more distorted, a bit more abstract. If you prefer it to be this polished, this clean, you can go ahead and use it like this. This makes it more reesy, more dirty, which I really like. And let's add some post-processing. So now it sounds like this. So first I'm adding OTT compressor, setting the downwards compression at 50, reducing some high frequency compression and some of the mids. Queuing, boosting up some low frequencies and some tiny adjustments on these harmonies. Then I have a huge impact of the imager, setting the low frequencies to dead mono, everything below 130. Then I have another band split it, everything below 800 is set to almost dead mono, and as it goes up I have the width expanding a bit, so everything above 800 is set to -70%. Then I have another post EQ cutting some sub bass. Everything below 60 Hz. Then I have this layer duplicated. And I'm setting it to another insert with pretty much the same compression, EQing, but I'm cutting everything below 170 Hz. Then I'm adding the erosion. It's a free replica of the Ableton Live plugin that makes things noisy, but in this case I'm using it for the opposite purpose, to reduce the noise. It's making our noise a bit closer to the pink noise rather than making it a sharp high frequency white noise. Check this out. It's really soothing the sharpness of this layer, which is really cool. And I have a huge stereo expansion effect. It's basically just a big delay between left and the right channel. And then I'm adding a vibrato. A tiny touch of it. So together with the main mono bass, they sound like this. Then I have a sub bass. But that's definitely not it. The main power of this sound lays in this dirty saw wavetable over here. Check this out. You may wonder, why the heck am I having 4 separate instances of the same preset separated by nodes? And this may look quite confusing and complicated, but here's the thing. I'm using this second oscillator to manipulate the harmonies of this sound. So normally I would use the 7th node, because it's working great all the time. But don't you think that it's quite overused? I think yeah. So you can use the 4th node like this. But why not combining the 4th and 3rd notes together? Using a initial preset. To compose some tiny melody. Okay, here's a chord. Minor, major. In a minor chord we have a 3-note interval. In a major we have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. If you are making some emotional, interesting chord progressions, you probably have your chords switching from minor to major. Those are constantly mixing together. So this could also be used in our melodic drop. So here I have a 1, 2, 3 minor interval. The next one is major. 1, 2, 3, 4. There goes another minor and another major. Let's try moving this one octave higher. So a full chord would look like this. Minor, major, minor, major. Now let's apply to our synth. This one is a third interval, and this one is going to be the fourth interval. Now let's create our melody. And check what we've got. Sounds quite interesting, isn't it? Not just a regular 7th note that you would probably have had. Though you are free to use it together with this initial melody. For example, we can low pass this one. And bring back our initial melody. Now let's add some sub bass. And all the other elements of the drop, and check what we've got. And add this wide layer for each sound. So this is just a little example on how to make your drop stand out among other melodic stuff, to make it really interesting and emotional. Hope this helps, and if it does, like this video, leave a comment and subscribe to PHENOMSOUND for more tutorials. Don't forget to follow my Instagram page, to join my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching this video. We will see you in the next one. Bye!